Yo, I'm back. After a week of, I haven't tested myself, but I'm guessing it was COVID. So I don't have any energy, but at least I could get down to the rehearsal studio after a week. I'm gonna take some stuff with me home, and so I got and brought a rack shelf for the amplifier for the speakers. I brought my trusty old drill. I pulled out the console because I need to check a few things. First off, inputs and outputs. I know most of them, but I just want to make sure so I can order a shitload of connectors. But I'm gonna open it up today, the service hatch, to see if the inserts are balanced or not. And I'm gonna check if they come after the EQ or not, because my thought is pretty simple, and that's to, if it's balanced and if it's after the EQ, I can use and just split the signal and take direct outputs from the inserts send. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then we'll see if we'll do anything else, because like I said, I have no energy. But yeah, oh yeah, I brought a bunch of stuff. God damn it. More headphone hangers. And I made a few of these SM57 2 small diaphragm clips. And I made a few of these right angle 57, one with the studio name and one without. So I just brought them. Probably gonna do some measurements as well, but I think that's gonna be it for today. So I'll see you when we open up the console. Guess who's happy? On these input cards, there is actually a direct out already installed. However, it's a unbalanced direct out. So I might still take it from the send and just solder, because both the send and the return seem to be, or they are, I guess, balanced. There is also a spot to connect line input, which might actually be needed, because these all have a line input switch on each channel, but they don't have a line input at all. As you can see, this panel is on a bunch of screws, so my guess is that there was a lot of options with this console that you could install. But I mean, this panel is perfect to solder on all the extra jacks for the inputs and outputs that's gonna be needed. So yeah, I mean, I can do exactly whatever I want with this one. I mean, I could do unbalanced out as well. I'm gonna see if it's pre or post fader. So I'm gonna do a little bit of experimenting, but at least now I know what I can and can't do. I also just noticed that the aux outputs are stereo. So I can actually have 8 separate stereo outputs for the headphone mix, which is pretty insane. So I'll have absolutely no problems at all recording a full band at the same time. I mean, 8. I don't need 8. I mean, maybe 4, maybe 5. I could do 5 just because I can, pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty crazy to me. I for sure thought I would have 4 separate outputs, because 1 and 2 would be left and right, but it's actually 1 left and 1 right. Also have 3 stereo channel returns, and there's actually an insert on the stereo out as well. Yeah, I'm impressed by this console for sure. Man, it's gonna be so much fun to plop it up and start using it. So the next plan I have is I'm gonna sell a few things so I can get some money. I'm gonna buy a ton of 2x4s and some other knickknacks, wheels and other things, so I can build the stand and the rack for it as soon as possible, so I can get it up off the floor and behind you where it's gonna live. So that's first up. Next up is I'm gonna order a ton of connectors and some extra cables and start wiring it up. Since I got sick, we couldn't record, so we had to postpone it for a while. And since we're postponing it either way, and since I'm still fairly sick and can't do too much, at least I can sell some stuff in the meanwhile and just try to organize everything so that when I have the money to buy everything I need, it could flow pretty fast and get things done. The console stand is gonna be pretty simple. I mean, it's gonna be a stand with a integrated 20 rack space unit rack underneath. I'm gonna put it on wheels so that we can move it around a little bit if we have to, especially since it weighs so much, and if we're really putting it into the corner, it's gonna be really hard to get it both up and out. So wheels, I feel, is a must. I also have some plans for the visuals for that part. I know I said I don't care about the acoustics there, since I'm gonna use headphones for everything either way, and that is still true, but I do care about the looks, and honestly, I mean, it's ugly as hell. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy some OSB to put up here with a little frame behind it, because I don't want to ruin that wall, so that if we ever move out of here, it's gonna be easy to take out. But what I'm gonna put on that OSB sheet is this fake rock texture in like a really dark gray. And since I'm doing a little tiny little framing from the back side, I can also add some cables and add some lights. So I think that's gonna be looking really cool actually. But it's only going up to like the top there. I don't care about the rest. And on this wall, I'm simply gonna do what we did in there and look through the box and see if I can find some nice backdrop to just hang down there. But it's gonna give a whole new vibe to the studio area, which I think will fit this space perfectly. So that's another thing I need to plan out and make reality. But honestly, that's like one of the last things I'm doing. Oh yeah. I'm also waiting for my new interface to get here. My friend Alex from Germany helped out a lot, and he needed 8 preamps for his studio, and I needed a interface for this studio, so we helped each other out, and a new, I mean it's pretty old, but a RME Fireface 800 is coming hopefully this coming week, and that's gonna be the main interface here. And in the future I'm gonna keep my eye out on another Ferrofish 16 in and out 80 DA converter, because I really like the sound of those and they're fairly cheap. So I'm gonna have one of those at home and I'm gonna have one of those here. And the Ferrofish and the RME converters are very comparable, so they shouldn't be that much difference depending on which converters we're using with the desk. So the desks should sound pretty homogeneous. I think homogeneous is the word. But yeah, I think for today I am done. But at least you get to hear some plans and see a little bit. I think that's actually gonna be it for this time, because we're not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything fun for a while. So until next time, take care and hugs.